ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The start of the Tokyo Olympics just over 4 months away now, and COVID-19 still leaving the biggest sports spectacle in the world up in the air. Our Charles Fisher recently sat down with President of the Bahamas Olympic Committee, Ramel Fish-Knowles.
If I were to say that athletes and coaches and international federations are not concerned, I wouldn't be telling the truth. I trust our partner in the World Health Organization. I've suggested to our sporting federation, as the International Sporting Federation would have suggested as well, to continue to make preparation for the games. It's better to be prepared and there is no games than for there to be a games and not be prepared. So we're telling our athletes to treat us as any other Olympic Games, and when the time approaches and when the right time, if it's a go, we'll be ready.
What if the games enter at your own risk? Will you still send Bahamian athletes to the games?
No, I will not put Bahamian athletes, I will not put Bahamian personnel at any risk. And so while I trust the IOC and their decision, and we'll follow their lead, if it becomes, like you suggested, come at your own risk, the Bahamas will not participate.
Finally,
Italian side Dynamo Sassari have had a few games postponed because of the COVID-19 concerns, but they were able to get a game in last night in the European Champions League. Dwight Colby inserted into the starting lineup, finishing up 5 of 6 from the field, 11 points and 4 rebounds in 20 minutes. Sassari losing its second game in a row to Burgos out of Spain 95-80. The Italian side had won 11 of its previous 12 games, but still sits atop Group A with Turk Telekom out of Turkey. New Providence Women's Basketball Association's best of 3 first-round playoffs tipping off last night at the Donald Davis Gym. In the opener, the top-seeded discount distributor Rockettes having an easy time with the 4th-seeded BIBT Great Whites, winning 87-66 to take a 1-0 series lead.
We came tonight to execute our game plan really for not playoffs but for championship. We came to do what it was necessary to win today, but really for practice run of what we need to do for championship. Defense was our key all season. All season our defense is what we were really counting on to bring us our wins.
Focus for the next game is to just try and attack the paint more, because we know that they're a physical team and we have to be physical also with them in order for us to come up with the win next time. We have to do better execution.
The feature game much closer between the 2nd-seeded Bees Trucking Destroyers and the 3rd-seeded Primetime Saints. In the end, it would be the veteran Destroyers pulling it out 60-55. Game 2 in both series set for Saturday. This was the scene last night at the end of the Northeast Conference Tournament's men's basketball championship game. Robert Morris punching its ticket to the NCAA tournament with a 77-67 win over St. Francis, ensuring at least one Bahamian will play in the big dance. Charles Bain finishing up with 7 points, 4 rebounds and a block. The Colonials now waiting for this weekend and Selection Sunday to find out who they will play. The NCAA Division II Swimming Championships underway in Ohio. Devontae Carey and the McKendree Bearcats with the best time heading into the men's 200-meter relay. And true to form, they had the best time in the prelims this morning, stopping the clock in 1:26.84. Carey swam the opening leg in 21.84. That final set for tonight. Jared Fitzgerald also in the pool for the Tampa Spartans. He was 36 in the 50 freestyle in 20.87, and he did not move on. Carey swims the 100 butterfly tomorrow, the 100 backstroke on Friday, and the 200 back on Saturday. Fitzgerald back in the pool tomorrow as well for the 200 free. He closes out competition on Saturday with the 100 freestyle. The National Invitational Swimming Championships also taking place this week in Ohio. Competition there starts tomorrow. Howard's Luke Kennedy Thompson will swim in the 400 IM, 200 IM, and 200 breaststroke. The Kentucky Wildcats men's baseball team back on the diamond yesterday, winning 10-4 over Western Kentucky. Araj Anu going 3 for 4 with a run scored. Bluefield State winning 2 of 3 on their spring break trip to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They opened up with a 16-4 loss to Penn State Great Allegheny before sweeping a doubleheader with Penn State Schuylkill. C.J. Cooper finishing up a combined 3 of 9, a double, and 2 stolen bases. The Indiana Tech men's baseball team losing a pair of games yesterday to the Cumberlands and Reinhardt before coming back for a 9-3 win today over Viterbo. Ashton Moxie combined 5 of 11, a double, a home run, a stolen base, 3 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Yesh was Saint 1 for 5 in RBI. Daniel Johnson also going 1 for 5 with a run scored. Elsewhere on the diamond, Dante Stewart 1 for 4 yesterday as Northwestern State took down Grambling 4-1. Rio Russell 1 for 4 as Warner got past Lawrence Tech 6-4. BJ Murray hitless. He went 0 for 3 as Florida Atlantic shut out Penn, a final there of 5-0. On to the college tennis scene now. We can see there that is Sierra Donaldson. She plays with the Lee University Flames. They were back on a roll, sweeping a doubleheader after an easy win over the University of Mary. The Flames had another convincing win over Winona State. Sierra Donaldson, she won her match at number 4 singles, 6-4, 2-6, and 10-7 in the super tiebreaker. She also teamed with Lauren Trammell for a 6-3 win at number 3 doubles. The Asbury Eagles, they weren't as fortunate. They went down 4-3 to Southwestern. Joshua Turnquist winning his match at number 1 singles, 6-3 and 2, but went down at number 1 doubles, 7-6 with Felipe Panuela. Following trials and nationals, the Bahamas Bowling Federation naming its members who will represent the country the rest of the year. Making the open man, Graham Higgs, Alcondo Hepburn, Derek Burrows, Anthony Ingram, and Obina Puna. The seniors are national champ David Slatter, Tyrone Knowles, Kelsey Roll, Mario Brown, Kevin Williams, and Ricardo Roll. The super seniors are Ken Brathwaite, Greg Taylor, and alternate Charles Johnson. The Open ladies, they consist of Driscoll Roll, Lucina Delva, Micah Hepburn, and Stannis Mortimer. The seniors are Janice Hoyt, Shantika Richardson, Cheryl Bevins, Camille Burnside, and alternate Joanne Wims. The super seniors include Florida Mae Wilson, Paula Hartz, and Cynthia Edgecombe. The BAISS private school soccer season rolling along. It's been a struggle so far for both the Aquinas Aces and Kingsway Academy Saints senior boys. Aquinas currently sporting a record of 2 draws and a loss. The Saints, meantime, in search of their first win as well with 3 losses and a draw.
You just need to go back to the drawing board. It's not over yet. It's still early. We just need to do some simple things, some strategies that is important. And once we work on those strategies, then eventually we get it right. We have some very young players as well who come in from a junior league. So most of my senior players are out now. They were in the nationals last year. So we're just kind of building a team now. Hopefully within next year or so we'll be on that same level again.
The first 2 games we kind of lost by big margins, but it wasn't that the other teams were a lot better than us. It was just that we weren't being disciplined, staying organized, and trying to work as a team. I think we played a game against QC and we lost 4-1, which was a better organized game for us.
The Bahamas Flag Football League kicking off its 2020 season this weekend. The Avengers putting in the work on the practice field, and they're hoping to get some big-time production from quarterback Andrew Bodie.
We're getting great numbers and the talent is right there. It's always pressure no matter which position you play, but yeah, mostly quarterbacks because they take all the blame. Our expectations are to win the championship this year. It's mostly the same roster with some new talent in there, tight ends, and mostly on the defensive side.
While the Avengers feel confident heading into the season, they still face one huge setback, and that has to do with their practice facility at Windsor Park.
The major issue we usually have is sometime during the year, consistently the lights go off. When they go off, the only thing will save us sometimes is daylight savings, because before daylight savings the light sun sets about 6:30. So when the lights are not working, it is completely dark and you cannot practice any type of sports out here. We talked about it last year. They came on for about 3 months and then they turned back off and it hasn't been working since. We spoke with Ministry of Works. Ministry of Works then refer you back to Public Beach and Park. You refer to Public Beach and Park, they refer you back to BPL, and it's usually a back and forward until person stop answering. It's good, clean, fun, camaraderie. Even some of the guys around here make money from us being out here because whilst we are practicing, they wash your car. They also help by provide security. So it's more of a community effort where we get to come out here practice, and then it also money affect the persons.
That's a look at sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.